chances of obesity, and obesity leads to the heart disease. So have you ever noticed that most people who have a stroke or heart failure, they might be a little on the heavy side? But necessarily, you don't always have to be big to have a bad eating habit. If you do not contain, if your diet does not contain veggies, fruits, and you're always eating takeout or foods that contain high levels of sodium, you're increasing your risk for a heart attack. You're increasing your risk for a stroke, because these influence your cholesterol and high blood pressure level. Me being from a black family that cooks all the time and a lot of fried food and things like that, many people like my elders, grandmas, and things like that have high blood pressure. And high blood pressure, you really have to watch the things that you are intaking so that it doesn't spike your blood pressure to a point that you might need to become hospitalized, or also drop to a point that you might also need to be hospitalized. So eating healthy has a major role on your health, whether you know it or not. It helps to, like I said, to stimulate a better mood. You know, the more good foods you eat, it helps release these hormones. Instead of you just eating sugar, or, for example, when you're sad, you go straight to ice cream. You still feel terrible because now you looking at yourself like, oh my God, I don't like how I look, which leads to depression. So if you cut out a lot of foods that have manufactured sugar and intake more healthier choices such as eggs, bananas, and dark chocolate, you might see an increase in your mood. Also, eating healthy improves memory. Now, you might be like, oh, I'm young and it doesn't affect me. Over time, your mind, your brain loses the function to be able to store in information on its own. It becomes much harder. So if you start young with a healthy diet and you stick to it, I mean, it's okay to have sweets, but not to just make your whole diet based off sweets and fast food. Then you are training your mind for when you become much older on how to maintain and store information so that you don't get Alzheimer's or dementia, which is diseases that affects your mind. Another thing, eating healthy reduces the risk of getting diseases. We mean diseases such as heart diseases and certain cancers. When you have a bad eating habit, you are more likely to become obese. And when you are obese, you have 9 times out of 10, you have some type of diabetes, either one or two. You have high blood pressure. You have high cholesterol. And not only that, also by you being obese, you are also increasing the chances of you getting certain types of cancer. So it's good to maintain a healthier diet so that you don't eventually slow the movement, the movement of your heart, Like, you don't want your hearts to get any slower because you're intaking all of this sodium and all of this fast food. So, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Thank you.